I am going to commit to my gimmick. Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the peck time is. Welcome to another Toonkind FPS. I love doing that. I am V Wild, one of your esteemed people in this fine FPS on this wonderful day, and I am joined by the fabulous, fantastic, truly amazing, one of the best people in my life, really fun person to be around, my sibling. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Whirlwind Gale, otherwise known as Gale or Whirlwind, take your pick. And I am also here. I am present in this moment.
Indeedies. And I realise we have not introduced who we are playing, so I am playing Detective Little Lynn Stagehand, who's having a fun time and gonna learn things.
And I am playing Detective Almond Dulcis, otherwise known as Alder, otherwise known as Lynn's very tired mentor.
And she loves him, and she's a little shit, and she's not sorry.
Goodness.
But to intro with this, we have the butterflies and the bee plots in that Lynn, someone has finally said, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you like the wizard, don't you?
You like the wizard, don't you, Lynn?
And she proceeded to shove that person 3 times into a 6-foot deep hole. And also roll absolutely shit on understanding her own emotions, like that was rolling an 8 levels of shit. And so we start this FPS basically where her last one left off, of just departing from Scribbles, going home, making a board related to, hey, wizard, question mark, Craigery.
Gregory the wizard.
Craigery the wizard. Here are all the things I love about Craigery. Here is why he is so awesome. Here is other things about Craigery. And then just standing back after, I'm going to roll performance to see how well she does on this. Lynn, you didn't need to, okay. So, this board is very much extensive. 3-panel sort of deal. It's beautiful. It's truly, truly beautiful with 22.
She's got something worthy of being presented at a high school science fair. This is a trifold folder as bullshit.
Yes, it is.
She's got the poster board, she's got the fucking stickers, she's got the glitter.
She's got out the glittery string, just going, this feels appropriate. And
of course it feels appropriate.
And she's standing there, standing back from it all. Okay. I rolled a Lynn, are you starting to understand? And that was a nat 1. So she is...
Good lord.
So she is full on standing here going, I have no idea what this means.
Oh, Lynn, my beloved.
And her first ports of call are just like, okay, like full on just pop a squat in front of this board, prayer hands, and going, okay, who do I go to? I could go to the spooks, but I think they are busy today. I mean, I could go to Asclepius and go, help, I think I'm dying, but that would probably concern him. Could go to the rest of the stagehands? No, Old Tort would try and wrestle the guy. Wait! I could go to my mentor! He knows what to do, he's smart! Okay! He's smart! It's 3 a.m. He'll be up! Just packs up the board, yells to network, hi honey, I'm going out, if anyone comes, slaps a poster on the door saying, out on business, I love you, and then just bolts.
Yeet.
Just very reminiscent of how she used to be in the day when she was like, I've solved the case, ran the entire board in her hammer space and then just run to Almonds no matter the weather.
Because of course she does.
Of course she does. She used to go out in the rain and give him heart attacks on this front. But she runs, she neumes, she probably confuses people because she uses her key to get to the nearest door to the one that she wants. And then she's just running.
Mhm.
And then she's just running to Baker Street. And why would she use the door? Why would anyone use the door? She used that before because she was feeling nervous. Not anymore. This is her turf now. Run round the back of the house, scramble up to a window.
Do me a favor, because I'm not just gonna
Yep.
give this to you, because you haven't been up to this particular window in a while.
Yes.
Roll me survival to make sure you get the right window.
It would have been amusing if she hadn't. That's a survival is a +6. 14 + 6.
All right, yep, you
Almost-
get the right window. It's been a while, but you know your mentor's house.
Yes. I almost chip-tuned. That would have been terrible. But she does just fall on. There's probably a moment where she skids to a halt in the yard and just goes, window, 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 Scramble, scramble, scramble. And I'm gonna roll her athletics to see how she does on getting up to the window. Ooh, that is athletics is +6. That might just do it. And that might just do it. I'm just gonna run. That is E. Does a 12 make it on scrambling up to this window? Oh, the whirly-bird is muted. Oh no.
Sorry. Yes, a 12 is fine to make it up to the window.
Hooray! She has to avoid the rose bush as she's going up.
Oh, absolutely. The roses are... Jesus Christ on a fucking bicycle. These roses have... You saw these roses when they were first planted, you know? And these roses back then, they were these cute, small, little round hedges with these really pretty, soft, pink roses on them. Not anymore. Now these are an infestation. These have taken over completely the side of the building. It's not so much about dodging the rose bushes as it is finding places in this climbing-ass rose ivy where you can fucking lodge your feet in to climb.
Her impulse control is shitty. She remembers when she was younger that these roses were delicious. She gets up on that windowsill and she eyes the nearest one and then just goes humph.
Okay, fuck if I know what you'd roll for that.
Roll to...
Let's just roll a random d20, because I feel like I should roll a dice to see how tasty this fucking plant is.
Lynn,
Ooh, that's 5. You got one that's, like, it wasn't fully bloomed yet. So it's like, you remember these roses tasting sweet. You remember them tasting kind of like whipped cream for some reason. This is not whipped cream. This is just sugar. This just tastes like sugar.
Oh god, you have given the monkey pure sugar. Make of that.
It's not actually pure sugar. It just tastes like bone punch in the mouth sweet.
There is... You know when a cat licks a lemon and it does the face scrunchie? Lynn's doing that in just the... Flower, why? Why have you betrayed me? Before she dutifully munches through it and she just looks at the rest of the roses and goes, every good detective does something at least twice to make sure it wasn't just a happenstance. I will be back for you later. I have business.
Lane!
And with that, Lynn is turning to the window, bonks her head against it to see if she can see in, and then is just going to insistently go, "We have no time for waiting. This is business." Ow! 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 I know you're in there. Ow! Ow!
Alright, what is... Okay, perception. That's... Alright, he got a 19 plus 8 on his perception.
She's just starting to chirp now. It's just chirping his name. Ow! Ow!
So you're looking into what is basically Detective Dulcis's bedroom. It's, it's pretty standard, boring, adult fare, like very much your dad's bedroom, but with a lot more paperwork everywhere. And, a couple case boards on the wall because God knows this man's work-life balance is terrible.
Nod, nod. The only reason why Lynn doesn't anymore is Network yeets them out of her bedroom.
But he was kind of, laying in bed staring at the ceiling, obviously couldn't sleep. And he hears you tapping at the window, and he just, sits up, looks at you, face palms, stands up, walks over to the window. And for a minute, he's just staring at you through the glass with his hands on his hips.
Lynn is beaming back. In fact, with that perception, Lynn's eyes are flashing orange from the tapetum lucidum that she now has, and she's just, bouncing just slightly on the window still, and she's now looking at you dead in the eye and just going, "Ow! Ow! I can see you. You can see me. Open the window. Ow! 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 Hi! I love you! Open the window!"
Alden sighs, rubs his eyes, wonders how the fuck this is his life.
You're an Inkwell, bitch.
That he is, and so he slides the window open. He undoes the latch and lifts it up, and slides the window open, and just gives you the most unimpressed look ever, and says, we invented doors for a reason.
But why would you use a door when the window's right there? And you can see if the person's in. And she is full on strutting in. When you open a door for a cat and then the cat just saunters in as though it owns the place? She's kind of doing that. Just leap off the windowsill. Just sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And besides...
Meanwhile, Almond's just standing there in his PJs.
And besides, this is coming from you who had this whole thing about corridors at one stage and why they have angles instead of just long bit. I don't get it, but you do you, and I do me, and hi, I love you. And she's just full on just come over and is hugging his leg as though this is going to make it better.
And he just sighs and pats her on the head and then just looks at her and says, "You ate one of the underripe roses again, didn't you?"
Maybe. They're so sweet.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna have another one later.
Why don't you let me pick it out for you so you don't make yourself sick?
But where's the fun in that? It's all about trial. It's about investigating and thinking and puzzling out and getting it wrong and trying again.
Here you go, you're starting to sound like a wizard. Okay, come on. Out with it. Why are you here?
I do like wizards. But, yeah. Okay, right. And you see her full on go from, around your leg to standing in front of you. It's the hand clasp of trying to figure out how to articulate something. Just, wait, how do I start this? Right. I have a board.
Okay. Do you need me to check your work on a case?
And with that insight check, she doesn't look scared. She doesn't look as though she's got trouble with a case and she's going, okay, how do I deal with this? I'm dealing with the Yakuza or something. No, it's that kind of happy, nervous, don't know what to do with myself, but I'm trying that you've seen before from her from sometimes. Like, she's smart. She sometimes has moments. But she's like, okay, it's not a case. It's understanding something. Because, I sometimes don't get, people and shit, or myself and shit. Mainly myself. I don't get this, but I made a board to try and understand my feelings on a matter because people kept nudging and I think I'm not understanding something. And it involves a wizard.
All the most important things tend to. All right, come on, living room.
Yay!
And he's not even going to let you walk, Lynn. He just casually scoops you up.
There is immediately her head finding that one sweet spot that is comfortable and then just head go thunk.
He just scoops her up and carries her downstairs to the living room because the reason he doesn't want to have this conversation in his room is because Wendy is asleep the room over and it's 3 a.m. and Wendy has school in the morning.
It's 3 a.m. on a school night, Lynn.
And he does mention that as they're walking, just, I understand needing advice and you can always come to me for advice. But kid, it's 3 a.m. on a school night. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about school being a thing. How's Wendy doing? Is she acing it?
Of course she is. She's smarter than me or you.
We're plenty smart in other things. But she's doing great. I am so proud. I'm gonna take her out for ice cream. I'm gonna do it. Not at 3 a.m., but another time.
I was gonna say, please do not come into my daughter's bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning to take her out for ice cream. Waffles? That's another matter altogether. But ice cream, no.
I understand. And don't worry, I would
3 a.m. waffles are still a thing.
Waffles are pickin' fantastic and very useful. You can do geometry on them.
Yeah, you can. I prefer not to. Math is dumb.
Maths can be useful for calculating angles between buildings so you don't jump off of them and break all your bones, Al.
He just kind of, does the, psh, yeah, sure face and waves her off. That's just something you learn through trial and error.
Sure, Al. Sure, you keep telling yourself that. She just pats him.
All right, you. And he's just going to casually just yeet her onto the couch.
Whee! There is a very happy chatter noise from Lynn before she remembers. Right.
And
oh, sorry, you go.
She just right into the sofa pillows.
Yes. There is the happy, excited, chattery squeak that he is so familiar with that he didn't hear for years but is back.
And he does have to hide a bit of a smile at that because, he acts kind of gruff and grumpy because, it's fucking 3 a.m. But at the same time, this is his kid.
Mm-hmm.
This is his kid. God damn it all to hell. Mm-hmm. He's missed her.
Yes. And hey, she does actually look as though she's doing really well today. Like, the scratchiness of her outline, basically non-existent. She's been doing good. And then she does just pop her head up with a laugh and go, oh, right, I was doing a thing. Hang on. Rolling. And she just, because this is poof, this is pillows. She rolls off of it like you do with quicksand, just spread your arms and then roll.
Meanwhile, Almond is just taking a seat in his armchair in the living room, does the whole, cross your ankle over your knee thing, pulls out a notebook to take notes.
Mm-hmm. And then Lynn just stands up and goes, okay, so I don't understand all of this, but I'm trying, but I think I'm missing gaps, and I obviously went to you first. If you don't understand, that's okay. I will go to my spooky grandparent Asclepius and go help. I'm dying. Actually, I probably shouldn't say it like that. He's had so many scares. I'm going to have tea with him at some stage. Bless him. Bless him, Al.
Kid, I'm pretty sure you're not dying.
Okay. We'll debate that after I show you the thing. Hang on. And she's going to... roll hammer space and got a 1. Okay. There is a look on her face of... okay, I will pull out the thing I wanted to in a second. First, I fumble.
He is hyper and has nervous energy. This is valid.
Yes. Alright. First thing on the fumble chart is a little needle felt pumpkin. And she just kind of...
Aww.
and she takes a moment, looks at it. It's a bit lumpy, it's clearly homemade, and then just holds it aloft at him, just like, I made this. Unrelated. And then just puts it down to one side. 2. Fumble roll. God damn it. If we get to 3, then I'm saying no, we are just going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. A cheesecloth. And she's like, okay, ironically, I pulled this the first time I properly met Gregory, so relevant but not. Puts it down. 8.
Almond just kind of laughs and nods and just says, ah, yes, evidence.
Exactly. Evidence. How many evidences are you in? You are 1, 2. Okay, you are evidence 5.B, okay? And she's full on just pointing at it and looking at it, just like, you stay there. You are coupled with the cheese turtle piece, and no, the jello is 6. You stay there. And then finally pulls out and Al, you know the boards that Lynn makes. This big. This is clearly one of the boards that Lynn uses for the advanced cases, TM. Like, if she was saying...
oh, goodness.
Oh, sorry, you go.
He just kind of laughs and says, okay, guess this is serious business.
Exactly. And she's just pointing at him with the dramatic, yes, you're on the same page as me. And then she flips it open. And Al, you are free to roll investigation.
I would be happy to roll investigation. That's a 29.
Brilliant. Al, you are looking at this, and there is that distinctive, oh honey. It's got the glitter, it's got, you just at a glance, you can see the different ways it's broken down in reasons why Peckneck is awesome, ways I like Peckneck. This is my partner. He is awesome. And a lot of stuff, including sketches that have been very lovingly drawn. Not in the creepy way, but in the genuinely, these are things that Lynn's drawn over time and then gone, oh, these can be evidence. Okay. And then...
Alright, so can I
assume
that Lynn has set this up on one side of the room?
Yes. She is in presentation mode.
Finish what you were saying.
She is in presentation mode on that front. It has been set up very nicely. And as soon as she's given the go-ahead, she will start rambling on, like with a case, but very much just, this is Gregory, and I love him. He's my picnic and my partner, and I don't understand these things. And she basically breaks down, hey, so people keep on saying wink, wink, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge about certain things, and I don't get it. and then just basically infobabbling about why he's so cool.
I need to roll something real quick. Let's see. Where is it? Ah, yes, it's one of the ones he doesn't have grape on, but it's still good. Damn. Fucking DMV wants Almond to have good rolls.
Yay!
That's a 19 deception.
I almost want to roll perception, but if I did, it would be perception at disadvantage because she is lost in the source.
In the wizard sauce.
She is absolutely lost in the wizard source, basically detailing the sanitized version of how we met. It involved a coffee shop. He caught my eye. It was great. And then just moving on through and just, yeah, he has my back in fights, and yeah, I love him, and yeah, he helps me get better dreams, and yeah, he's really comfortable to lie on, and honestly, he does the good head scratches.
Almond is listening to all of this.
She does slightly derail on he gives the really good head scratches, and he's an amazing dancer. Like, he threw me, and it was great. And we dance off, and it's just like, it's great when we dance. And she just, Al, you can clearly see you're 29 with your passive insight, with everything. This is the fluffiest, happiest Lynn. Like, straight up, the way her eyes are shining, she is just so happy to talk about him.
And there is a part of Almond that is just so very happy for her. There is also a part of Almond that is just like, I am going to be a little shit.
And she wraps it up with, and so then when I was on this thing and I was shovel talking a guy and it was really fun, it was great, I shoved him in a 6-foot hole 3 times. He's a stupid wizard, it's great. I love him. He's a wet paper towel of a man. But anyway, he's a poor little meow meow. And so basically, he kept on going wink wink nudge nudge. You love your wizard, don't you? And talked about romance, and I don't get it, cause why romance when there's case files and Craigery? And so I tried to make a board to try and understand the X to Y and why this is all relating, and it didn't compute. And so then I went, hey, I know a person who's smart, and so hey, and she just kind of wraps up with her arms spread towards, just like, what does this all mean?
Almond has kept this perfect poker face the entire time. That's what that deception was for, was just the perfect poker face through this entire conversation. And he stands up, and he walks over to the board, and he leans in and looks at it real close, makes all of the, I'm looking, I'm understanding, I'm perceiving, all right. All of those, very detectively noises.
Yeah, she's absolutely
of consideration.
She's absolutely doing a bit more gesturing, like empathetically at the glittery string. Just see how important it is. See, look at the picture of my picnic. See, how does this relate? See.
And he's just God. He just kind of hums and says, it's a good thing you came to me, kid. This is a serious case.
Oh. What does it mean, Al? Al, tell me. You gotta tell me. Because when I don't get it, you can help me understand it. Please. And she's
It means that you owe me $20.
What? No, I don't.
You remember that bet we made when you were a kid?
We made several bets, and I won several of them. Which one's this?
After the Valentine's caper.
Oh! You mean the one where I kicked both of those love triangle picnics in the place where the sun don't shine?
That's the bitch.
That was fun. Wait. And there is the squint. I'm going to roll an intelligence for Lynn. Get it this time, sweetie. You can do it. I believe in you.
Take advantage, because Almond has all but directly spelled it out.
Good, because that was another 8 and an 11. The dots are slowly clicking together. She's doing the thinky face. Her tail is curling in the... Wait a minute. I have a crush!
Oh, sweetheart. Honeybee, I think you've gone a bit past crush at this point.
What? How? I can do that? How? What? No. What? No. Hang on. And she's like partially climbed up you to look at the board again. Just what? No, that doesn't. Wait, what?
Congratulations, Pumpkin. You caught the L word.
Oh. Oh boy.
You really didn't know?
And Lynn, I'm gonna say, Al, just for soft, Lynn climbed up on this, on you basically, to almost be at the direct height of the center picture of Craigery, and is just staring at it going, I didn't know I could do that. I mean, of course I knew I loved him. It's straight up, I say it to him like every other day. Multiple times, in fact. I love Craigery, but
Feels different, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And are you okay with that?
And there is just like, with your insight and everything, you can tell it's not, oh god, but it is just, Lynn is processing an entire paradigm shift. I love him.
Yeah, kiddo.
I love him. And she is now looking up at you with the biggest eyes.
Congratulations, you are officially the last to know.
Shut your picking face. How? How do people know this? I didn't write it. Shut. Shush. Silence.
Pumpkin, Lynn, kiddo.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen anyone so obvious and yet so oblivious since the day I went to my sister and babbled about the person who would eventually become my spouse.
Wait. You have a spouse? And she's like full on scrambled up you a bit further to look you in the eye at this. Just, what? Lynn has entirely forgotten there was a child upstairs.
He kind of laughs and says, "What? Did I never tell you about them?"
No! Ow. Look at me, Ow. I have been here. You used to catch me up a lamppost when we started out. I saw you when you supposedly had appendicitis and it wasn't. You popped an entire pecking baby out your private parts. When did the spouse come into it?
They were a part of the picture long before any of that. Long before I actually came to Inkwell. You
are sitting with me? And like Lynn leaned back to do this loud declaration, she has her tail looped around you so she could dramatically stand on your chest and lean back. She's leaning forward again so she can put her hand on your shoulder and go, "You are telling me everything. I want to know."
All right. I can give you story time.
Yay!
Sit down.
I could sit down on your chest. I am
No, thank you.
It is a very comfy chest. But also I want story time. And so she's just like gonna... It is the full-on monkey scramble. You are being used as a minor tree as she just scrambles down and gets on the sofa.
And Alvin will sit down in his armchair again. And he'll sigh and say, "I honestly can't believe I never told you. I've fucking gushed about them to everyone with ears, as far as I remember."
It is a shocking betrayal. You owe me $20 for it.
Well, then, we can call it even.
Now, details!
All right. So, back in my hometown, I was a detective, obviously. He kind of gestures at himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't tend to stray too far from my character. There was this case that no one had ever cracked. Case of the jewel glass thief.
Oh.
They were something else. They were a mystery impossible to solve. Everyone we sent after them just got completely given the runner. Everyone except me. And he kind of grins.
Except you.
Yep. Comes with being one of the smarter ones on the force. I was the only one able to actually track their flighty ass down. I did manage to catch them, of course, but two of us, we danced around each other for years. They had dozens of heists. Good Lord. And the stupidest thing was this dumbass would always come in and replace whatever they had stolen in the morning.
Oh.
It would just be, sitting on the doorstep, wrapped up in paper, neat and tidy as you please. And, at one point, I managed to actually pin them down long enough to ask them why the hell they do that. And they laughed at me. They laughed at me and looked at me with those gorgeous eyes. Those eyes that I will never forget. And they said, "I steal because it's an art, and I'm an artist. Would you deny me my canvas?" And I lost my words for a minute. He kind of laughed in embarrassment at that. And they took that minute to cuff me to a railing and jump off the roof.
Ah, no bones. That's why you guys jump off roofs. Wait, do they also have no bones? We clarified this, yes?
Yeah, kid. A lot of people where I'm from don't exactly have bones.
That's peckin' weird. But
we're weird people.
And so you had that big moment with the gorgeous eyes. And is that when you knew? Or
God, no. He laughs. He just laughs and says, no. Kid, that's when I started catching feelings. I was about your age.
Oh.
No. It would take me years to finally pin down the fact that, oh, hey, guess what, dipshit? Congratulations, you caught feelings. Yeah, no. I didn't figure out I was in love with them until we actually started hanging out outside of Casey.
Oh.
We made an agreement. We had, they kept trying to do their heists. I kept trying to catch them. But when we had downtime, we would sit and talk. Because ultimately, they weren't anything dangerous. They were harmless. We were supposed to want to catch them because it was fucking embarrassing that we kept getting trounced.
Yeah.
An entire kingdom's worth of guards, and we can't catch one stupid thief.
Well, makes sense why you and them gotta be the best of the best for my owl.
Joel was the best. And he kind of smiles at that. And Lynn, you are welcome to roll insight.
I am rolling the insight. 19 plus 6. Tell me your secrets, Mother Pecker.
He says that. He said Jewel is the best. And there is so much love in those eyes. There is a warmth and a softness to that tone that he usually reserves for you and for Wendy. There's just that look on his face, that feeling in his voice, and you get that moment of click. Because that is the exact same way you sound when you talk about Gregory.
It's amusing. She's always found it easier to see on other people than on herself. And it clicks. And she is loving watching this with him.
And he kind of laughs and says, ironically, I wound up doing about what you did.
Oh.
My poor sister, poor Marzipan, put up with me rambling at her for 3 hours.
Oh, no.
I kicked her door down at 4 a.m. and started ranting.
Oh, no. Ow, no. I'm surprised she didn't smother you, but then again, you're here. And also, I'm here and unsmothered. But Alma, no! Alma, no!
He laughs and he says, yeah, no, she was so done with me by the end of it. Eventually, she just sat me the fuck down as I continued to ramble and started doing... She started testing to see if I'd been drugged.
Adeline just full on, she's got her head in her hands. She is just laughing. She is trying to muffle her laughing and failing. There are a few squeaks.
He grins because he loves when he can get his kids to laugh. Like, yeah, not my best moment. Marzipan, she sat me down, checked me over, made sure I hadn't been drugged with any love potions, and then smacked me across the face and said, listen, dumbass. You're making this way more complicated than it needs to be.
Holy Peck! I love her. I love her. This Marzipan, she sounds amazing and I love her. She's blunt, like me.
Good Lord, you have no idea. Yeah, she sat me down and said, you are making this way more complicated than it needs to be. You're in love with them. So either put up and shut up, or go ask them out already, because congratulations, you're officially the last one to know.
And what did you do? Did you run over there? Like I don't. Did you just run over there and kick in the door, or what? What happened next? You gotta tell me, Al. Don't leave me hanging. And she's literally scooched forward in her seat.
Well, I didn't exactly know what to do at first, but turns out they had a heist coming up pretty soon, so, we did our shtick, our spiel during the fight, during our rooftop chase as per usual. And I made a joke, believe it or not, that I said that, hey, if I can catch you, you should go out with me.
Ow!
And they stopped. They stopped on the edge of the roof, and I thought for sure that I had stepped too far, that they were not comfortable with that. But you know what they fucking did? They walked over to me and just dramatically plopped into my arms. I thought they were gonna fucking hit the pavement. They flopped on me. I caught them. And they said, oh no, I've been caught. Darn. I guess I must accept my sentence with dignity.
Lynn tries to keep it together. Tries. That was a wisdom save. That was an 8. You have lost her in the giggle sauce.
He's just grinning.
The mental image is just sending her.
And he just grins.
So they already knew. That's good. I like that. You're a pecking dumbass, and I love you. And this is great.
He just grins and says, yeah. Turns out, we actually talked afterwards. Turns out they thought we were dating for years.
Oh no. Oh no. It's that trope. Oh no.
They'd already thought we were dating.
Oh no.
I was literally the last one to know.
Oh, bless your cotton socks, Al. Oh no.
And well, suffice it to say, now we're married.
Yeah. And you got a kid who's upstairs in bed. Because it's... And she actually looks at the time. 7 a.m. on a school night. I am so sorry.
You're good, kid.
I will buy you a really nice coffee.
Much appreciated. And he just reaches over and ruffles her hair. And then he looks back over at the board and kind of grins and says, so, I've told you my whole dramatic romance B-plot. What do you plan to do with yours?
And she headbutts your hand a little bit more as she's doing it, and she looks over it as well. And hey, roll me insight.
Absolutely. I'm good at insight. That is literally my best score. That's a 21. Give me your secrets.
And Al, this is your kid. And she's looking at this board, and she's tilted her head as she's getting the head pats, and she's just, you see Lynn, you see Goldie working through it all, percolating it all, trying to figure out how she sees it all. And then she's just sitting there and she just goes, huh. I don't know. How thrilling. Because Al, like this is the first. Al, I didn't know this. I didn't know I didn't know I did this. Like you saw me go through all the stuff, and like even with the years gap, I didn't feel like this with anyone else. I mean, you know that I thought I'm Arrow Ace. Do I have to give back the Arrow card?
No, kid. So there's actually a word for that.
Uh-huh.
And he kind of smirks and he says, there's a word. You've got a word. Don't worry about it. Falls under the Arrow umbrella. Some people are what's called demi-romantic.
Oh.
Essentially, what it means is you don't tend to fall in love right away. You don't fall in love with someone you don't know. It's not, you can't just look at someone and say, oh yeah, they're attractive, I'd like to date them. No. People who are demi, they only form that kind of connection with someone who they already have a deep and lasting emotional connection with, someone who they trust, who they care about, who they love.
Oh. That fits. That, yeah. Yeah, that fits. Okay.
If we were in Pride Month, I'd take you to get a flag, but
maybe next time around.
maybe next time.
Okay. And I got a word. Okay. And it's okay if I still don't want to do all the romance stuff, right? Like you have Wendy. I don't want to go into the birds, bees, and ink pots. I'm not into that shit. And she kind of does. You know when you do the finger puppets and do the kissy kissy?
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of gesturing like, I don't think I'm into that either. I don't. Is that okay? Like, I don't have to do all the romance plot things, right?
Yeah, no, of course not.
Okay.
Kid, attraction and relationships are messy and complicated and weird as fuck. I don't even, like, I'm glad that you just came to me looking for advice on what your feelings were, because if you asked me for advice on how to get into a relationship, unfortunately, the answer I would give you would be, just because I'm married doesn't mean I know how the fuck I did it.
Bless ya.
He kind of smiles and says, your vision of a relationship, your idea of what's right for you is just that, yours. It's your choice. It's your decision to make. It's your boundaries to set, your idea of what you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
You know, for some people that looks like, fancy ice cream parlor dates with squiggly straws for both of you and pink hearts and romance music in the background. You know, for some people, I've known people where a relationship looks like trying to kill each other.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Believe it or not, for these two, it actually was. He kind of laughs and says, they were a pair of whack jobs, both of them. but they both liked the thrill and adventure of, running around knowing that someone was out to kill them. So it was a relationship built on mutual assassination attempts.
I say each to their own, but that's pecking weird. I don't get it, but it's theirs, and so it's valid.
And he finger guns at you and says, see? You got it.
I'm getting a
Even if somebody doesn't necessarily understand what you do or don't do in your relationship, that's fine. Not their business, it's yours.
I like this choice. It's I like what I have with my partner, with my love Gregory, and I want to go out dancing with him more, and I want him around my home more. Like, he already stays around. Network really likes it when he's around, and we dance. And he's not allowed in the kitchen. He's banned from the kitchen. His food husbandry is atrocious, as is his baking. He apparently set fire to a cake before even putting it in the oven. He's bad at it. I love him. He's terrible at it. And
God, roll insight.
I will roll insight. That is a 16 plus 6.
God. The DC was really high for this one, admittedly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is dealing with terminology from another world.
Oh God!
But
I just realized this.
When you mentioned that Gregory is bad at baking, Almond does a bit of a double take and then just snorts.
Is this one of your things, like the time I said we should go to a bakery and you went white as a sheet?
Yeah, kid. Let's call it that.
I love you. You're strange. But
Yep, that's me. Your weird old mentor.
the best mentor. I couldn't have asked for a better one. You're perfect.
Ah, shucks.
But so this is our choice together, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, you gotta make sure your partner is comfortable with it, too.
Yeah.
Given what you've told me...
Am I the you in this relationship?
Goodness. Sweetheart, I'm pretty sure you're both the me, but you more so than he is.
Oh no. Oh no. And you just see Lynn just like put her hand to her good hand to her face for a moment and just do the oh no.
Don't worry, we all have our dumb moments eventually.
Yeah. But hey, it's good to have it with him. And
Mm-hmm. I'm happy for you, kiddo.
thanks, Al. Yeah, I need to have a talk with him about this, especially as... And Al, this is with that insight check. You see, it's not sadness, but there is this edge to something all of a sudden, as though she is now thinking hard on something.
Any for your thoughts, Goldie?
It's Gregory, my Gregory. He's been hurt, Al. Brutally so.
Mm.
And picking him all his life, he's had choices taken from him so pecking much by his dama, who I took the kneecap off for a reason, and by thrall and by other people, and they've molded him to be what others wanted of him, so he was in line with their ideas, their version of him. And this last year especially kind of did that with how plots have been converging, how plots are progressing. But he's craved independence and choice, and I don't want to push something on him. I don't want to try and define a relationship and make him feel trapped, or I mean, he does, I think, from what we've established, probably reciprocates. I want to talk on that front. I don't know how to talk on that front, but and I don't want to do something if he isn't ready, or I don't want him to think that me saying something is me taking his choice and pushing him to something else. I want it to be his own someone, his own choice. I kind of want him to take the lead, because, you know, that means it's his thing. But I don't want to leave it ambiguous either, because then we're just running around in circles and no one's going to figure it out. We're just going to be running in circles, doing the pining trope, Al. And I don't want that for him. Or for me.
Yeah.
Or for everyone who's watching. They're all going to think we're idiots. But...
Kid, I guarantee you there's at least 2 people who already think you're idiots. Just statistically.
Maybe so.
2 minimum.
I'll have to fight them. I'll fight them in combat. I can win. But if this is going to be something, I want it to be his choice and my choice. And she is looking up at you now, Al, and it's just, I love him, and I will love him no matter how he wants me in his life, how we label it. I want to give this to him. His choice. That's okay, right?
Of course it's okay, Goldie. That is the sweetest thing you can give someone. And he kind of sighs and he looks at her and he says, I think this is just my advice as, you know, an old ass man who's been around the block a couple times. Think what would probably be best would be you told this person you're cranky about how you feel. Tell him all of it. Tell him that you don't want him to feel pressure. Tell him that you will love him no matter how he wants you in his life, just like you just told me. I think that would probably be best, because communication always helps.
Yeah, I can do that. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Even if it's not a detective matter. He kind of grins and ruffles her hair. I'm your mentor. It's my job to make sure you don't make stupid decisions.
And you are the pecking best at it, even if you're a dumbass yourself.
See, that's the thing. You can learn from my mistakes. Me being a dumbass means you get better lessons. Being grateful for my dumbassery.
Indeed. And of course, you set a good role model example at other points. You are an esteemed mentor. You are pecking fantastic. I love you. Oh, and if this works out, I get to court Gregory. Oh, I can make a board on that. I get to court a wizard.
Lynn.
Yeah?
You need to get a better way of planning things than the boards.
But they're so useful. Look at it. It's beautiful, Al. Look at it. I didn't engage the fairy lights. Hang on. They're fair
And I think that would probably be like a great place to pan out from the shot. Just
Yes.
pan out through the window.
Yes. There is Lynn on Al again. It's like she's got her tail looped, she's got her feet planted, she's leaned out to do the clap, and they are just both having a nice time.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best place to end it. This was soft.
Yep. This was very soft. Thank you so much for pulling me to play with you.
Thanks for doing this with me. Lynn finally realizes she's in love.
Congratulations, monkey. You have emotions. All right, I'm gonna bounce because I starting to feel stomach not be good, and that's not fun.
Bless your comfy socks. All right, say goodbye to the audience, I guess.
Yep.